What up, my peeps? It's the Ruckus back at you with another action figure review. This time courtesy of Hasbro Star Wars The Black Series. We have got on retro card George Lucas in Stormtrooper disguise. This was announced sometime last year and finally starting to roll out. So yeah, here I am bringing you a review of George Lucas Stormtrooper style. So you see, as I just stated, it is a on a retro card Kenner style with just the clamshell. You see George and of course his accessories. As we look at him on the rotating platter, we're going to get him off the platter and get him out of the packaging. And yeah, we're going to see what's the what. See how good this portrait of George Lucas really is. I am Boba Fett, renowned as the most notorious bounty hunter in the galaxy. My services have been procured by the Ruckus. He claims you people watch his videos, but you do not like, and most importantly, you do not subscribe. I am here to change that narrative. We'll honor the Ruckus by liking, by sharing, and most importantly, by subscribing. Or else you will discover how I gained my reputation. Before we get George out of packaging, let's take a look at this this rear packaging right here. You see a photo of Mr. Lucas with an actor in Stormtrooper gear, and we even have a little read-up: George Lucas in Stormtrooper disguise. We pay homage to George Lucas and his remarkable accomplishments in film with a likeness of the director himself, clad in the distinctive armor of Imperial Stormtrooper. So yeah, you have that. You see the below 50 Lucasfilm Ltd, and it's got the timeline beginning at 1971, going through 2021. Guess I gotta lift that up for you to see that just some, but yeah, there you go. So yeah, there we have it. Looking at Mr. Lucas's accessories, he comes with a standard Imperial Stormtrooper blaster, molded in the flat black that we're used to seeing. Blaster, of course, has nice detail, but because it is in flat black, it is very indiscernible unless you're really up on it. George also comes with his Imperial Stormtrooper helmet. You see the detail on there. We'll of course be comparing this helmet with a standard Imperial Stormtrooper figure. So here we have George Lucas in Imperial Stormtrooper disguise on our rotating platter, giving you a 360-degree visual of the figure. And at first glance, it's a standard Imperial Stormtrooper figure with, of course, the highlight of this particular offering is a portrait of George Lucas. That is what we get. That's why we get this particular figure, and we're going to take him off of the platter and get an up-close look to see exactly how good or not the portrait of George Lucas truly is. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get him off of the platter and see what is the what. So here we have Mr. George Lucas in Stormtrooper disguise, up close and personal, peeping out that portrait. And I must say, Hasbro has done an excellent job with a representation of George Lucas. If I would have to say anything, maybe there's a little bit too much sheen on the skin, but that's been a stickler with Hasbro Black Series lately. Their skin tones have been very shiny, and yeah, I don't know what that's all about, but that's what they've been doing. But yeah, George is looking very nice. The hair is great. The grays with the at black, and you know, you got the gray and white in there, so that's looking pretty nice. See if I can get that in there. Yes, indeed. So yeah, that's looking very, very nice, front and back. Of course, the rest of the figure is just the standard Stormtrooper that we all know and love. The thing that keeps us coming back. They keep giving us iterations of Stormtrooper, but this, of course, the Imperial Stormtroopers are basic, is where it all starts out. Right here, you know, I never noticed before that the left knee has a knee guard, but the right knee doesn't. It's the first time I've ever noticed that. Anyhow, going down, same old, but once again, you know, the whole point of this figure is for this right here, the head sculpt. Zooming out so we can get a look at that articulation. Same old standard. You know how we go. On that that dumbbell joint, George can look up that far, look down that far pretty good. He's got neck. There's a dumbbell joint in the lower neck too, so he can get all of this. Attitude, of course, he get 360. Shoulders, he can well, make sure he can do that. Oh yeah, there we go. It's just a little bit tough right there. You can get a 90 at the shoulders. The shoulder pad is connected to the body or the interior of where that shoulder meets. It can do a 360, but of course this is going to impede. You do get single jointed elbows which swivel. On his left arm, he of course has the wrist swivel and the horizontal hinge. His right, he's got the vertical hinge with the trigger finger. His torso, his ab, he can go forward not too far, about that much. He can go back decently that much. You can get him to go side to side like that, and of course you can rotate him. Hips go out that far. Legs can go out that far. Back pretty decently. He's got a thigh swivel which is hidden inside of the armor there. He's got single jointed knees that swivel. He of course has ankle pivot that he can point forward that far, or ankle toe I should say, that you point that far, excuse me, point up that far. And he has ankle pivot, and he does have holes, peg holes at the bottom of his feet. What should be noted is George's helmet is exactly that. It's a helmet. It's not an accessory, a different head sculpt, and it's should be wide enough to fit over his head. Guess we'll try it. Let's see what we got here. Oh, yep, there we go. So there is George with his helmet on. Zoom in a little bit. Yes, indeed. And here we have George fully disguised as a Stormtrooper, brandishing his blaster. Looking pretty good. Turn him to another angle here. And just because we can pose him like the badass he is, here he's brandishing his weapon without his helmet. Here's Mr. Lucas next to a standard Imperial Stormtrooper. You could see the complete similarities. Getting a close-up, you can see we've got George is on our left. You can see that the helmet is just ever so slightly bigger than the helmet slash head sculpt on the Stormtrooper on our right. But other than that, I mean, it's the same design, same paint apps. Taking a measurement of Mr. Lucas, he's standing at a tick over 6 inches, which translates metrically to about 15 centimeters. So to sum it all up, the Star Wars Black Series, Kenner Retro style packaging, George Lucas in Imperial Stormtrooper disguise is, for me, a great figure. The portrait, which is the highlight and the reason to purchase this figure, is it meets expectations. The head sculpt is great. The likeness to Mr. Lucas is very, very nearly spot on. I love the I love the paint apps for the hair. If there's one caveat, it would be the glossy skin, which has been a thing with Hasbro as far as their Black Series line is concerned. But other than that, I mean, this is George, and the way how I have him posed here is how he's going to go in my display, just like that. So yes, once again, this is cool. As of this recording, it was recently announced that we're going to get Jon Favreau as Paz Vizsla. So that'll be great too. Get that and have them next to one another on the shelf. So yeah, not much more that can be said that hasn't been said already about an Imperial Stormtrooper figure. So I'll end it right there. The head sculpt was what we came to see, and that's what we came and we saw. So now it's time to bounce about. This review is now done. Thank you guys for rocking with me. Please like, please share, please subscribe, please comment below. And if you want to be notified the next time I upload a video, please smash the bell, and that will happen for you. Thanks again, guys, for rocking with me. And it's time for me to be going. Remember, my brothers and sisters, the hunt continues. And I am out. Peace.